Primal Season 3 Episode 2 opens on a quiet, almost gentle scene. A group of animals gathers around a calm lake, drinking water and feeding peacefully. Nearby, a mother animal nurses her baby, completely relaxed, as if the world holds no danger at all. The afternoon feels still and safe, the kind of moment where nothing bad seems possible. But that calm does not last long. Slowly, strange footsteps echo from deep within the forest. At first, the animals freeze, unsure of what they are hearing. Then one of them notices something horrifying, the sharp tip of a spear slowly pushing out from the shadows of the trees. Panic spreads instantly. The animals scatter in every direction, fleeing from the forest in pure fear. Spear emerges from the trees like a walking corpse. His movements are slow and lifeless, his body covered in wounds, his eyes empty. He steps into the lake and keeps walking forward without swimming, without struggling. The water rises higher and higher until it completely covers his head, yet he does not stop. He continues walking beneath the surface like a soulless being, crossing the lake from one side to the other. When he finally reaches land again, he drags himself forward, still moving as if nothing can truly stop him. Suddenly, a loud dinosaur roar echoes across the land. The sound hits Spear like a shock, pulling him out of his empty state. Memories of Fong flood his mind, flashes of their bond and shared survival. Spear immediately changes direction and begins moving toward the roar, driven by instinct and hope. He reaches an open, abandoned area where the roar seemed to come from, but now there is only silence. Confused, he stands still, listening carefully, waiting for the sound to return. Without warning, the ground beneath him explodes open. A gigantic worm bursts out from the earth, towering over Spear and letting out a terrifying roar. Spear stares at the creature, unable to understand what it is. As he looks at it, another painful memory surfaces, the dinosaur that slaughtered his family long ago. In his broken mind, the worm becomes that same monster. Fear and survival instincts take over instantly. The worm lunges forward, trying to swallow him whole. Spear runs with wild desperation, scrambling on all fours like a frantic animal. The worm moves with shocking speed, snapping and striking at him again and again. Spear barely avoids each attack, but his luck runs out when the ground gives way beneath him. He crashes into a deep pit filled with sharp thorns. The spikes pierce his body from all sides, and he screams in agony as blood pours from his wounds. Above him, the worm closes in, ready to finish the job. The creature shoves Spear out of the thorn pit, attempting to eat him, but then, strangely, it retreats back into the ground. Spear is left lying there in pain and confusion, unsure why he was spared. Still, he forces himself to stand and continues walking forward, refusing to stop. Moments later, the worm erupts from the ground again, determined to claim its prey. This time, Spear fights back with pure rage. He struggles inside the creature's mouth and manages to escape. The worm tries to crush him with its massive tail, but Spear bites into its flesh with his teeth, tearing it apart. The worm screams in pain. As Spear tries to move away, the worm grabs him again, dragging him toward its mouth. Just as it is about to kill him, daylight breaks across the land. The sunlight burns the worm's skin, revealing that the creature cannot survive in the light. Screeching, it dives back beneath the sand and disappears, leaving Spear alone in the empty desert. Spear keeps walking endlessly, day after day. Time seems to lose meaning as he marches forward without rest. Eventually, he reaches a strange place where a gigantic fly approaches him. The insect hovers close, watching him, then suddenly vanishes. Almost immediately, Spear sees something that completely shakes him. Another version of himself walking toward him. The reflection looks real, solid, alive. Spear reaches out and touches his spear, trying to convince himself that his mind is not betraying him. Rain begins to fall from the sky, soaking the land. But the rain quickly turns into fire. Flames pour down violently, and Spear watches in horror as his reflection screams while burning alive. Then he feels the flames on his own body. He screams as well, watching his flesh burn away until only a skeleton remains. Just as everything fades into darkness, Spear jolts awake, screaming in terror. It was all a nightmare. Heavy rain is still falling around him, but now he hears another roar. Thinking the worm has returned, Spear quickly climbs a tall tree and waits there, gripping the branches, watching the land below. He stays hidden until the sun rises. When he finally climbs down, he hears the roar again, and this time it sounds like a dinosaur. Hope ignites inside him once more. He follows the sound, climbing a massive mountain with great effort until he reaches a cave at the top. Inside the cave, he sees light ahead and walks toward it. The exit leads him into a breathtaking place that looks like a grand kingdom. The land is beautiful and rich, unlike anything he has seen in a long time. Spear wanders through the area in awe, unaware that a cat-like creature is silently stalking him from the shadows. As he reaches the center of the kingdom, he hears the roar again, coming from a den nearby. Spear's face fills with happiness as he approaches, convinced that the sound belongs to Fong. But when the creature steps out, his expression drops instantly. It is not Fong. It is a lion. The lion roars directly at him, stepping closer, trying to intimidate him. Spear does not move at all. The lion attacks, slashing at him. Spear strikes back, but the lion leaps onto him, biting into his arm. Spear screams in pain, then explodes with fury. He slams the lion into the ground, punches it repeatedly, and throws it hard against a wall. Breathing heavily, Spear roars in defiance. That is when he realizes he is surrounded. A full pride of lions closes in on him. Even in his undead state, Spear knows when a fight cannot be won. He turns and runs, but the lions chase him. 3 lionesses leap onto him, trying to hold him down while the male lions prepare to kill him. The ground beneath them cannot handle the weight and suddenly collapses. Spear and the lions fall into a massive underground ocean. The lions struggle helplessly, unable to swim, and one by one they drown. Spear simply walks beneath the water, calm and unstoppable, until he reaches land on the other side. He finds another exit and heads toward it, but 2 lions attack him again. He pushes them away, now completely enraged. When they attack once more, Spear grabs one lion and uses its body as a weapon, smashing it into the other until both are dead. From another den, a massive black lion watches him. As Spear steps forward, dozens of lions surround him again, but they all move aside. The black lion steps forward, clearly the alpha. It signals that it wants to fight Spear alone. The beast is much larger and more terrifying than the others. It charges at Spear, tossing him through the air with its powerful jaws. The lion tries to tear open his stomach, but Spear punches it in the eye, damaging it badly. While retreating, Spear notices a skeleton holding a spear on the ground. As the black lion charges again, Spear grabs the weapon. Both rush toward each other. With a furious roar, Spear leaps high into the air and drives the spear straight through the lion's mouth, killing it instantly. The remaining lions freeze in shock. Terrified by the death of their alpha, they retreat back into their dens, leaving Spear alone once more. As silence falls, Spear hears the dinosaur roar again, echoing from a distant valley. Without hesitation, he turns and begins walking toward the sound. And that is how this episode ends.